Hi, I'm Cider Spider, and I'm on a journey to get every available achievement in Final Fantasy XIV. This monumental grind takes countless hours of gameplay over the span of several years, and I'm taking it on 1 week at a time. So, let's get started. Alright, it's that time again, Achievements Day. But more importantly, it's actually also S-Rank Day. So let's talk about that. What is S-Rank Day and why should we care? Well, it's kind of like a regular holiday that us achievement hunters get, because every time the game goes down for maintenance, it resets all of the S-Rank timers. The S-Rank hunts have a minimum respawn timer of 48 hours, and so when the server resets, the timers realign, meaning all of the S-Ranks become available to spawn roughly at the same time. During the same day anyway. And since there are so many achievements around S-Ranks, it is an optimal day to log in and force a bunch of them to spawn and get a ton of credits toward the achievements, which is what I am hoping to do here today. So, as you can see, my next S-Rank achievement is for killing 1,000, and I am 76 S-Ranks away from that. Now, that may seem like a lot, because it is, but on S-Rank Day, anything is possible. Or at the very least, killing a lot of S-Ranks is possible. Now, I'm really hoping I'll be able to mop this up tonight, but 76 is an optimistic number to hit in a single day. I can't really be sure if it'll happen or not. But there is another side of this, which is if I don't get it today, right now it is currently Thursday, the game is gonna go down for maintenance again because they launched the patch with a bunch of bugs and problems again, and so they have to fix them, which means the servers are gonna reset and we'll get a second S-Rank Day on Sunday, which is pretty awesome. That's a silver lining to all of the continual quality assurance problems we've been having in Dawn Trail. There have been far more S-Rank days than usual, and we might as well get our dooming out of the way early. I could also point out that since we're on the 0.3 patch of the expansion, there's not a whole lot to do right now, which means not that many people are logged in, and so it's actually a great time for S-Rank hunting because there aren't very long queues to travel between worlds, since not that many people are online. And so yeah, dare I say, if you're looking for something to do in between patches and you don't want to unsubscribe, hunting marks is great for this kind of downtime. It's also the fastest way to farm tombstones in the game, which means if you're trying to double dip on getting all of your relics, it's great to work on that as well. And you can stockpile materia because these things drop a bunch of materia items also, that is these here, the cracked clusters, and these will be very important in the next patch, 7.4, when a new raid tier comes out and everybody needs to meld higher eye level gear. This is one of those achievement trees that is great for these mid patches like this. Now, like I said, I'm just a few shy of hitting 1,000. You need a total of 5,000 S-Ranks for the final achievement, but the abundance of S-Rank days sure does make it a little bit easier. And speaking of S-Ranks, we've got one up now. Let's go hunt him down. Maybe the quality assurance guys are in the hunting link shells, and that's why we keep having so many issues, so they can have an excuse to reset the server to spawn more S-Ranks. Maybe that's what's going on here. That's my conspiracy. Tinfoil hat, it's some kind of scam. They swapped the item description on the gatherer relics just so they would have to reset the server. Maybe the hunt train chads have a man on the inside. Alright, Saltmaster, you are going down. Oh no. This is so awkward. I've got my editing mouse plate on. None of my hotbars work. So here's the thing about S-Rank hunting in particular. It's a partially AFK activity in that largely what you'll do is you'll either join a link shell in-game or a Discord out-of-game, and basically you'll wait for calls on S-Rank spawning and then hop to those worlds and locations to fight them. Now, you can also spawn them yourself. Each one has unique spawn conditions, but, well, the important thing about myself is I'm lazy. And more importantly, I'm trying to multitask editing videos, and so unfortunately I can't get out in the field and help spawn anything today, but I have in the past, and it's actually pretty fun. It's a lot like spawning NMs in Eureka. You send a few people after a specific target activity and they do that thing until the S-Rank spawns, and there's more nuance to it than that, but that's the gist of it. And so I've been told there are actually fairly large communities built up around this. But me, I am happily a leech most of the time. I'm glad to take the credit, but I don't often have the time to dedicate to helping with the spawns. Seem to have a lot of, like, Elthers chads out here. Oh, It's polling time. Maybe I should join a party. Nah, there's not available. Okay. I'll just keep throwing stuff at him. I can't really do anything else with my messed up keybinds. Hooray! But yeah, like I said, the cool thing about S-Ranks is that they drop all 3 tomestones. It's really, really quick to get them by farming these. But they also drop the hunt currencies. So the old expansions will drop allied seals and centurio seals. The new ones will drop sacks of nuts, which can be used to purchase useful things. Kind of. Sometimes. Maybe. I need to go dump these though, because holding on to a 4,000 max stack is, well, it's just inefficient. So what can I buy with these? Well, it's like I got most of the stuff already. We'll get some gear upgrade, I guess. Oops, there's another one. Gotta head back to Diabolos. Now, some people will actually DC travel for S-Ranks. I say on S-Rank days, that's usually not worth it unless you have really, really long downtime in between spawns. But it's hard to predict what the time between spawns is going to be because you never really know when something is going to spawn. And so usually the amount of time that it takes to travel DCs will cause you to miss the pull, and the thing will be dead before you get there. But on the slower days, when it's not a full-on S-Rank day where everything's spawning on the same day, it can be worthwhile if you've got people that are willing to wait on the pull. So it looks like we need to beat up this giant stone tablet with a face on it. He looks kind of upset. Well, I guess we're gonna break him into pieces and see how he feels about that. Suppose if I was a giant rock with a face, I probably wouldn't be too happy about it either. What life must he lead? That's like the face you make when child support takes your entire paycheck. That's the face you make when you thought you had another slice of pizza in the fridge, but you open it and there's nothing. The face you make when somebody ate all the jelly donuts and just left the lame ones, the powdered ones. And the face you make when you gotta update your tags and your license in the same year. Well, looks like we're going. The face you make when there's a power outage on your day off. Rest well, sad Chad. Like I'm dead. How great would it be if the wall falling on you actually caused damage? Have we ever used that in a raid? The environment falling apart actually dealing damage and being a part of the fight? I'm not just talking about the floor dropping out underneath you. That they do all the time. Off we go to Amarang. Time for another one. There he is right over there. Is this Charmander? No, I think this Pokemon's is Onion and Rock type. You see, the Onion makes you cry, which stuns you temporarily until you get hit over the head with a rock. Your vision is too blurred from the tears to see that the people's elbow is coming right for your face, basically. Oh, it's go time. I'm going to throw tomahawks at him. Oh no, a ground storm. Lol. Alright, Onion Man, your time is up. Time to go. There's another mark on Goblin. It awaits. Still haven't figured out why they call it Goblin, but that's where we're going. On S-Rank Day, the fun never ends. Although it will end today. I'm not kidding about that emergency maintenance. Look, it's in my chat right here. Unfortunately, that means we are on a time limit. This is all gonna go away. Oh no, it died before I arrived. What a tragedy, they pulled it so quickly. Guess I won't be gobbling anything. Oh, back to idling, I guess. Looks like we got a fish back on the loose. Time to beat up Gunnet. I don't know, he's pretty swaggy with that trench coat. A pimp named Fishback. Alright, charge. Time for him to become a dead pimp named Fishback. And so he was. Still, I've yet to find the Midlander of the Week. That's the real S-Rank hunt. Ah, crap, looks like this thing's up next. It technically has mechanics, and since it's level 100, we kind of have to pay attention to them. Seem to be a lot of cat girls out here today. Primarily cat girls. Why, oh why, are there so many cat girls? Once upon a time, back in my day, we used to have Midlanders on our S-Rank hunts. From FC friends to RL spouse. Hunter steals wife. Gamers, the dream is alive. Well, time to fight. And down it goes. Oh no, we lost CC. Who's gonna shill pizza to us now? Sorry, that's C2. I'm not a fake fan, I promise. It really is a dark day, isn't it? Every gamer deserves a hot Midlander waifu, but there are none online right now. We got a Highlander here, but it's just not the same. There's a case to be made for the Elizon, though. I can't believe Yoshi P removed Midlanders due to cost. What world of suffering is this? How many people do I need to get to sign my change petition? Square Enix and Yoshi P will acknowledge the Midlanders. They will add more Midlanders to the game. How many signatures? I guess we kill the S rank as well. Now let us imagine a hypothetical mod that puts Midlanders into the game. This could be problematic because they would be too much better than all of the other races, and no other waifus would be able to compete. I can't believe the Midlanders got C indeed. Oh my god, did we finally find one? They still exist. The Midlanders have not gone extinct. Wait, there's another one. Alright guys, game's not dead yet. I should have known I would only find Midlanders on a Dawn Trail hunt, because obviously, the peak of FF14 waifus have already completed all the other hunts. They only need the ones from the current expansion. The logic is sound, and therefore Midlanders are still the best. God, there's a bald Rogan in Chad here. He's a Mahjong master? Who is this guy? There's another Mahjong master here. He's a blue Zayla. I don't think I've ever seen that. Oh, right. Time to fight the boss. We gotta actually do mechanics and stuff, but only a few. I'll tell you what, I think hunt marks might be the truest endgame. You get to show off your mounts, you get to show off your titles, and only crazy degenerates like us would farm these. That's why you always see so many impressive titles here. Simultaneously, it's the best way to get tomestones, it's the best way to get materia, and so even if you're not a degenerate, it's just useful for various purposes. I guess I'm dead. Oh, looks like we got a part 2 here. The minions of an extraordinarily powerful mark are on the prowl. So yeah, anybody that does a lot of hunting knows this already, but every time you kill an S rank in one of the 3 latest expansions, there's a 10% chance that minions show up. And if you kill all of them, it spawns the double S rank, which counts as another S rank kill. So basically what it means is you get 10% more S ranks for no additional cost. Please look forward to it. Maybe in Dawn Trail 2, the double S rank can have a 10% chance to spawn a triple S rank. Now that would be something. And I will never get used to seeing P8S as a trash rig. This must be what it's like to grow old. Nevertheless, just like we killed P8S, we killed S2. Oh no, we lost C2 again. That's a good thing she's immortal. Well, we need 65 more and it's Armstrong time. Considering there's only 2.5 hours before the server goes down, I don't think there's any feasible way I'm gonna get 65 hunts in that time. That would be one every 2 minutes or so. But we might as well fly as close to the sun as we can before the sun explodes. And it will. It will do that, by the way. No, C2, not again. Well, we're back in this same old mess. Now I'm getting rezzed by C2. My, how the tables have turned. Crap, I'm dead again. One day I need to learn actually how to pay attention to the mechanics on this guy. But wait, is that the Midlander of the week? Oh my god, it just might be. I dare say I think we found her. The Balmung leaves a little to be concerned about, though. On the bright side, we won. Look, he's dead. 100 tomestones, Prisma cluster, Nova cluster, and all kinds of nuts. Well, it's not looking good. We find ourselves here at 1:33 a.m. We've got just 27 minutes left before the servers get sundered and Yoshi P fixes Louis Sua's minor spelling mistake. Unfortunately, I'm still 51 S ranks away, and so we are screwed. If you recall my explanation, the S-rank timer for them to spawn initially is 48 hours. Now, that's only for the expansion ones. The Realm Reborn S-ranks can start spawning after just 24 hours, meaning as early as Saturday, I could resume progress on this achievement, but I definitely cannot get it today. It's a tragedy and a half. Unless, of course I can pull 50 S-ranks in 20 minutes, but I just don't see that happening. But I guess we'll find out how many I can pull in 20 minutes, because they have been spawning frequently for the past hour. Wait, hey. Look at this adventurer plate. Hold on. It moved. Look. Do you see that? It moved. What the heck? Yoshi P, I found another bug to fix. Can we get another S-rank day? And a cookie. That is so weird. Alright, I'm going down swinging. Primal Rand. I don't know what this boss does, and I pray I never have to figure it out. Learning mechanics is for chumps and people that don't play warrior, also known as chumps. I got enough mitigations, I can survive this. Just gotta live until bloodwetting comes back off cooldown. I live my life 25 seconds at a time. I'm paralyzed. Oh no. This is fine. Nope, still haven't died yet. Primal Rand. Easy. It's just that simple. If you don't be bad at the game, then bad things won't happen to you in the game. Look at him over there, furling his furler. You know, there's something I wanted to test, actually. Teleport back. Square Enix recently added a feature that I never activated, and I can't even figure out where it's at. They added a feature to lengthen the distance at which players are drawn. You can see S ranks show up really early, but players don't come in until I get a lot closer. I never bothered to turn it on because I just didn't feel like it really mattered, but this is the one type of content where I think it would actually be pretty interesting to be able to see people from further away, since there's so much globe trotting here. Oh, here it is, character display range, maximum. So now, as you can see, it draws people from a lot further away. Wow, that's actually significantly further. Yeah, they pretty much can be seen from all the way across the map. That's crazy. Very cool. Now, if you're playing on a Celery processor on an old laptop, this might not work, but my gaming PC is built to play RuneScape, so it's actually quite powerful. Anyways, I could probably learn the mechanics, but this is from the previous expansion, so it really doesn't matter. All I do is throw a couple tomahawks at him and collect my loot. 60 sacks of nuts. Couldn't be bothered to join a party, so I don't even get the full reward. I don't got anything to do with it anyway. I keep overcapping tomestones, and I've spent all my nut sacks on upgrade materials for tome gear, which I also barely need. So life's pretty good, I guess you could say. All I care about are the achievement credits, which, as long as you tag the monster once before it dies, you will get credit. Here we go, beating up Burfler again. There's another one of those S-ranks that's just kind of chilling in his lane, having a nap, and then we just show up and kill him. Not even for any reason that I'm aware of. We're here to kill him and take his tomestones and his nuts. I don't know what he did to deserve it, but he's getting it. Should have been less canny, I guess. Alright, Burfler, you know what you did, and it's a good thing you do because I sure don't. It's time for you to get primal rendered. Bam! Here comes the Fell Cleave, followed by the Fell Cleave. And what's that? Fell Cleave. You might say it's a little predictable, but it always satisfies the triple Fell Cleave. Down goes Mr. Canny. He got what was apparently coming to him. Alright, there are just 8 minutes left. The clock is ticking. We must make haste. 5 minutes left. 47 S ranks to go. The dream is not alive. Oh no, they're sending the messages out. We will soon be starting emergency maintenance. Please log out as soon as possible, Yoshi P says. If you think I'm logging out, I hate to break it to you, Mr. P. You'll have to pry me off the server. You're gonna have to send security. I'm not leaving. Alright, can we do it? Can we spawn another one? Seems not. 3 minutes remain. Oh no, we will now be shutting down servers for all worlds. Yoshi P, I refuse to be removed like this. I still have 46 more S ranks to kill. I'm not logging out until I get them. I'm a warrior. Look at me. I primal rend. Sometimes I fell cleave. Oh god, why do these drop so much junk? I primal ruination. Alright, well, let's head back and watch everybody get deleted one by one. Now it's time to find out if we will live to see the end. Oh no. Well, there it shall end, I suppose. It was an ambitious goal. I was hopeful I'd be able to get nearly 100 S ranks today, but it just didn't quite happen. We'll have to get him on the next one. Although this does leave me in an awkward spot because I was really hoping to pull that achievement as our weekly goal. It seems I'm going to have to pivot to something else if I want to achieve anything this time. And I guess that gives me a fun enough topic of discussion, comment, question, I suppose, for the week. Have you ever raced against the clock for anything in this game? Whether it be the server going down or maybe just some other arbitrary time limit that you were faced with. Could be an instance time or anything. Has there ever been a situation where you tried to race against the clock? Did it pay off? Here today, I find my quest for S ranks has unfortunately ended in failure. But the good news is the server's gonna come back up in 4 hours and we can start all over again whenever the S ranks begin spawning. Oh boy, it's still S rank o'clock. And we're going to none other than Mare Lamentorum. Interesting place. I could never figure out why it was so popular, but it seems like everybody stopped caring about it all of a sudden. What's up with that? Now they're all doing some level 50 dungeon or some crap. So anyways, I did in fact end up delaying until the second S rank day, which is today. I accepted the fact that this video is just gonna be a week late, and that is unfortunately life. But look at this here and now, 999 out of 1,000. So many S ranks, and we are about to hit a major milestone on them. just as soon as we're done with this guy right here, ye ol' Ruminator. Let's just jump into a random party. It's always good fun chasing down S ranks and watching as the nebulous crowd of gamers from all across the data center grows and changes over the course of the day, but there are some familiar faces that you'll see at every single hunt mark. I don't know how they do it. They are more dedicated Chads than me, but you probably notice a lot of people here if I look around. Let's see, we got a Necromancer, a Knight of Glory, Honest Gillionaire, Winged Death, Epic Hero. These are capital G gamers. There's our Mahjong Master from before. Surprisingly, I don't see any Ultimate Thrill Seekers, the 5,000 Hunt Marks title, but I'm sure if I stand here long enough, some will show up. They always seem to. It's pretty impressive how dedicated the hunt community truly is. It's always fun to get out there and mingle with the Chads because these are true completionists like myself, so. Oh, there's one. Ultimate Thrill Seeker. Yeah, see what I mean? It is kind of interesting, though, because I think this is the way to see the single greatest concentration of truly endgame players. You catch everything from ultimate titles here, PvP titles, just everything. It kind of makes me wonder if maybe there's a way that they could punch up the hunt system, improve it in some way, expand it a little bit, and maybe make it even more engaging or dynamic or interactive in a way to keep it fresh, because here we've got people that are still messing with the content. S ranks from every expansion, some of them 10 years old, and it's not just any random players, it's some of the most dedicated players, so maybe it would be worth updating this system in some way, because for the past several expansions, S ranks, hunt marks, they really haven't changed that much. The biggest change we got was the addition of double S ranks back in Shadowbringers, but I joked about triple S ranks earlier, but it would be cool to see some kind of expansion of the system. And by that, I don't mean triple S ranks, just, some kind of evolution of hunt marks, because it is a fun thing, and it does breed a lot of community and bring a lot of people together. And anyway, there's Bring Your S Game for 10 points. That is 1,000 S ranks. Holy crap. Unfortunately, that is going to be all I've got time for. Again, I was hoping to get this video out last week, but it ended up running late because I just didn't have enough S ranks to hunt. Not much you can do about that. They are time gated after all. But we now have 1,000 total S ranks. Let's do a quick roll call. I have just 170 in Shadowbringers, 179 in Endwalker, and 117 in Dawntrail. So I've still got a lot of S-rank hunting to do. I need to get to 5,000 total, but I also need 3,000 of those to be for specific expansions. And so this is a very, very extensive grind, but it's nice to see such a major milestone in it. I'm 1/5 of the way done, and nearly 1/5 on the expansion-specific ones, which means that progress is happening. Slowly but surely, it's a steady grind. As long as we continue to chip away at it, I will get there eventually. Because after all, I've still got 4 years worth of leave quests to do. But anyway, I know it was a little bit of a lackluster week in terms of sheer volume of achievements, but it was certainly a monumentous achievement that we did end up getting. Let's go ahead and tally everything up and see where we stand now in the outro. Alright, this week I got just one achievement for a total of 10 points. This puts my LOL achievement score at 20,735 and my server rank still sits at 87. A lot of the progress was done over on my Twitch stream, which you should go and follow if you want to join the grind live. I've got a big subathon event coming up real soon as well, so please look forward to it. Anyway, I need to get back to conspiring with my inside man to make more S-rank days happen. 1 like equals 1 maintenance. Okay, bye.